Hi.
Hello.
Hola.
So this is going to be a peaceful episode. Last week things got a little bit messy between Gbemi and Hassan guy. So stop attacking him now. So there was something that I vented about 2 weeks ago, I think, and it just didn't make sense to me. So I saw a picture of Auntie Joshua, our very own Auntie Joshua, the boxer, and he was getting. Don't be a hater. Don't be a hater. He's more than all right.
I'm also his body. So
and the height and everything.
Hi.
If this was a few years ago, I would have been stalking him around. I would have just been like, Shagamu, why? I don't know. Just, I would have been stalking him all around Nigeria. So this is nothing against him because I don't think it's his fault. But I just don't understand why they're using him to push this whole, national ID card thing, because everybody knows that the process is still fucking tedious. All right, I don't have it. I think I've got my slip. I don't have mine yet, but everyone's like, okay, first of all, he registered, he got his slip obviously on the same day. He probably is going to get his card as well. And I hear that there are people that registered like 4 or 5 years ago. They haven't received their cards. Their cards are about to expire. The cards they haven't received are about to expire. So my thing is like, why do they make things so goddamn difficult in this country?
They know what they're doing. They know that when they stagger the process or they make it stretch, they make more money off it. They know exactly what they're doing. And it's from the top down. From the contractors, the people who, who get the machine together, the people who do the trade. Well, there's a whole racket, honestly.
I understand that this country, there are lots of rackets, there are lots of whatevers, but I'm just like, but seriously, the powers that be, the guys at the top, can you not see that we are the way we do things, it's just so backwards? Don't even get me started on the whole passport process.
Oh.
Getting a passport in this country made me feel like I was a goddamn refugee in my own country.
You are talking about passport. Not everybody wants to travel. Not everybody has the means. Let's break it down.
Let's be honest, everybody's trying to leave this country.
But let's break it down even to driver's license. The way they just drag everything, and then when you get to the office, it's hot. Obviously, AC is non-existent. You start sweating. The guy will say, the machine cannot capture your face. It's too early. Rub it. Rub some powder. Kind of rubbish. And then you're sitting there, like, your eyelashes is too long, auntie. Please remove it. Like, come on, like, it's so annoying.
No, you know what? I will never forget, like, I needed to renew my passport. And first of all, they need to stop all this, like, it's still 5 years, right? That is just bullshit. So they need to stop that. So I went there.
We can pay for the 10-year booklet, right? You can't.
Still only do 5 years, I'm pretty sure.
I think it's because I tried.
No. Oh, there's 10 years now.
When did they start that?
64 pages, right?
I mean, it's you know what? To be honest,
It's not 64 pages.
It's 64 pages.
Yes, it's more than 32.
But I would have gotten the 10 year because I don't want to go back there like ever again. Yeah. So I went there, and this is like when I just cut my hair and I just like tinted it a little bit and stuff. And I'm there sitting down, and then you have to. Oh my gosh, you have to greet them. If you don't greet them, they have like they've got freaking sticks up their asses, and they just get very upset if you don't greet them. I mean, that's not an issue. And then they pack you like freaking refugees on these like chairs and stuff, and then if you end up like taking a call, they'll send you out. So first of all, you have to deal with their attitude. You have to deal with people being rude to you for like no reason, because you know what, you're trying to get your passport. And then I get there, then it comes a time where I'm supposed to like take my picture, and they're like, we can't take a picture with your hair like that color.
So because they had a color. What if your people have complained
there's some
that
people,
they have naturally red hair or blonde hair, like people
and they're like, wear a wig or something.
People living with albinism, they're like, oh no, you can't. You have to
So it doesn't make sense, because this is supposed to be your natural hair color. Fine. Like for me, that doesn't make sense because I had short hair. And for other countries, other like sensible countries, really and truly, they just make sure that your face is showing clearly. So your hair, whatever hairstyle you have, it's not covering your face. Just to make sure that you're so just to make sure that for me, that's what I understand. I don't understand this whole like not having different hair color thing.
I bet you it's someone's silly, hang-ups or hang-ups, in that office. How can you come here with blonde wig or whatever it is? Yeah, or or cultural beliefs or whatever it is.
There's this whole, apparently there's a wig renting racket as well.
Ugh.
So if you go there and maybe you have like a blonde wig or whatever, and you need to like, and they're insisting that you need to have black hair, there are people out there that rent a wig for like, I think it's like 500 or 1,000 naira. And for me, I was like, wear this wig that so many people have worn so I can get lakpa and lice at the same time. Hells no.
No. Apart
I
from
just sent
the
somebody
wig
to bring a
thing,
wig.
people, he's also complained. I don't know if he's the, he complained about them harassing him because of his hair. They were like, oh, you can't take picture with this hair. This is blah, blah, blah. Why?
So freaking backwards. So backwards. So the whole process is long. And then, see, a lot of people feel like they have a guy or whatever. Maybe it's my luck. Like, of all the different people that I've thought, were my people at the passport office, 80% of them have been rubbish. 80% of them have been absolutely rubbish. But for me, I just don't understand why it's such a painful process. Like, this country is hard enough. It's hard enough to live in without then having to go through this painful process of getting your driver's license, getting this non-existent... I don't think I've seen anybody with that. Do you guys have a national ID card?
I do.
Nope.
You do?
I
How
do.
did you get yours?
National ID. I've had mine since.
When?
Oh, national ID card. That's
National
NIMSI,
ID,
right?
yes, yeah.
Oh, no. I have voter's card.
No,
Sorry.
I've got the voter's card.
Okay.
But in the national ID card, I cannot say that I've seen if this.
I have the slip. They even laminated
but
it for me and charged me extra. Like, I just think I'm telling you, it's ridiculous.
It's mad.
And I feel that apart from the fact that they make money from this thing, because there's lots of people in this racket, there are also people who just do it just to feel a little bit important. I remember trying to sign my NYSC. Well, you know that thing they give you to sign and the woman first of all tell us to all get out. Then she'll breastfeed her child in her office, and then she'll burp the baby and make the baby sleep. And then when the baby is asleep, pray that the baby sleeps too. If not, you'll be there for hours. And then the baby now is asleep, she'll now bring out Ankara. You must buy Ankara before she signs your NYSC thing. I'm telling you that this country, apart from getting the basic amenities, what also needs to change is the orientation of the people, especially government workers, civil servants, and I know they try.
Yep, man. Don't even get me started on the whole NYC thing. That's for another day. But I just feel that this is 2020. Why the hell am I going to the passport office and you guys are still carrying around paper folders? Like, what the fuck? Why is it that there's just one computer in one room?
Very slow.
Yeah. And I remember getting my, when I had to get my British passport renewed, I did it in a few hours. I literally went there. Obviously, you pay like an express service, which is fine. Went there in the morning. They're like, come back at 1 o'clock. It'll be ready. They even called me before 1 o'clock to say your passport's ready.
Imagine.
And it was there.
Imagine.
You don't feel like it's the facilities that the government provides. That's why you have.
Why is there one goddamn computer? Why? Why is it that there's only... See. This is that they were...
One Oga somewhere has chopped the money for that thing, and probably didn't share the proceeds with the workers. Those ones too are like, Oga has chopped money, me too, let me find a racket. So if this thing is supposed to cost 5k or nothing at all, I'm going to make sure people pay 10k. Or those who don't pay the 10k, I'll make sure I throw them to the back of the line and to take days before I answer them.
This conversation could go on for a while because there's so many different things we need to fix in this country. But let us, what's our next topic?
We want to talk about, and I think it was basically inspired by Dwayne Wade and Gabrielle Union. We'll tell you how. But do you believe in taking it, like when you're in a relationship and maybe you feel like things are not going right or whatever it is, do you believe in taking a break? Like, do you believe in approaching your partner and saying, you know what, I think we need to take a break?
We were on a break. Sorry, if you watch Friends. Sorry.
Yeah.
You know what? I in my past relationships, I'm always the one that wants to take a break.
I've never wanted to take a break.
Not because I was trying to like screw somebody else.
Aha!
So why are you taking?
You said not because.
I said not because.
Oh, I heard because.
No. I mean that one. If that's,
But did you screw someone on the break?
I mean, I can't remember. I don't think I did. No, but anytime I was like in a serious relationship, if I wanted to take a break, it's because I felt like things were not working the way, they should. And I wanted both of us to take a step back, because sometimes, when you're like, every couple goes through this phase when you just cannot seem to get along, and, I feel like sometimes trying to fix it in that phase just doesn't work.
I feel
So
like
you need to just take a breather from each
I
other,
feel like-
and you know.
I don't believe in
don't
breaks.
believe in-
I'm sorry. I don't believe
Really?
in breaks.
Why don't you
I
believe
feel,
in breaks?
I feel like, look, if things are not working well and you've tried your best to fix it and it's still not working, then maybe you guys should be like, peace out,
Yeah.
or whatever it is. But if you,
See,
if,
I like
if
to- I
nobody
like
had
to-
ever said to me, oh, we need to take a break, and if you had said that to me, it's going to be bye bye, good luck, and good luck getting me back.
Sometimes I even feel like maybe like you take a break because things are moving too fast. Sometimes sometimes.
No, but you don't have to. You don't have to take a break. Just slow down.
Yeah.
But it involves you cutting back, which is kind of a break.
No, but for me, taking a break is like you're not. You know, you're like not together. I mean, a break is really a breakup.
Yes.
You know, and then it's kind of like we'll address it. We'll try again in a bit.
I beg, I don't like this break
That
thing
break,
because
that break
things
is-
happen
is-
on
A little
the break.
bit.
Yeah.
That which brings us to Gabriel Union.
Wait. We haven't. Wait. Before we do this, so you said you're okay with breaks. Are you okay with breaks?
I'm okay with breaks.
So if you're on a break, is it okay for you to hook up with somebody else?
No, it's not.
So what the fuck are you on break for?
It's not.
It's not okay to.
It's not?
Daya thinks breaks are for snacks.
No, if I'm breaking
Me,
up,
I-
I'm single.
No, but that's what
Let's
I
go
go
break.
No,
So
but
if
if I'm on a break, I feel like I've always felt like if you're on a break, you can.
That's what it should
No,
be.
but
On
that
a
was
break,
never my primary reason. It was never my primary reason to like go on a break.
Well, if you're
But
on a
I'm
break, you can do whatever. You're single.
No.
Yes,
Yes,
why is she
yes,
doing
you are
this?
single.
I'm
You're
telling
in a
you.
relationship or not, you cannot be on a break.
The break is to see whether you guys can come back stronger.
So what are
If
you
you
doing
take
on the
a
break
break,
then? Fasting
if you
and
take a
praying?
break-
We are going to church.
If you take a break and you find that you're actually missing this person a lot more than you thought you would, like a break is, for me, a break should bring about a closer connection if there's actually something there. If there's actually something there. And I don't believe you should hook up on a break.
There was one time. So it wasn't really like that there was somebody I'd identified like, oh yes, I want to hook up with him. It just so happened that while we were on that break, I
You just bumped into this person.
and
Look,
You know,
let me
for
tell you
me-
something. I know you. You were born in July. Okay? People who are born in July seek revenge. Look at 50 Cent. Petty as hell. I understand. I was born in July too. We're kind of like that. I get it. So it's okay.
So I mean, to be honest, that whole the incident, for me, I was like, we're even.
Ojoro
I was like,
Council.
we're even.
Go
Cancel,
back.
cancel, huh?
Did you go back?
Yeah, we worked things out. And
Did
it
you
was
tell him?
no.
Why?
What kind of nonsense is that?
Okay,
No,
while
you know
we're on a
what,
break,
but you know
accidentally
what?
sat on somebody's dick. Are
You know
joking?
what? If I had told him,
We are children of the world.
if I had told him, because of who the person is, because of who the person was, that relationship wouldn't have worked out. Like if I said, "Oh my god, we're in a
Was it
break."
his friend?
No. It was somebody that would have made him feel this big. So I just was like, so in my mind, I'm like,
what gets guys upset? When a babe steps out and then she steps out with their senior.
Hey.
Hey! Pockets,
Yes.
everything. The guy will just shrink.
and that's what I did.
So you actually won twice.
Hey!
No, but you know what? For me, like, okay, fine. I
As if
do
it's
have
judging you.
issues. No, but you know what? I do have issues with, revenge. I'm working on it. But
You can't do anything about it. You're born in July.
But I was in my mind, I was like, okay, let's see if we can get this back to where it was, blah, 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 blah. And he had apologized and yada, yada. And I was like, okay, I'm taking your apology. And I was like, but I still think we need to, separate it. And it just so happened that this person now came along.
True or false? Somebody somewhere has upset you back in the day. They have apologized, but you're still planning your revenge. Girl or boy, doesn't matter.
Wait a second. I stopped like really planning like revenge because it just made me like I was in a dark place. Yeah. So what I do is
I'm never in any dark place, so.
Who said she was cuckoo as well?
No, I
because
would-
you want revenge, you're
Without
cuckoo.
revenge.
No,
That's who
but
said she-
when like in the past when somebody has wronged me and I'm now like, okay, you know what, I'm gonna do mine back, it just gets into a dark, it gets very dark.
I don't think it.
It gets very dark. So for me, nowadays I will hold a grudge, which I shouldn't do. I'm really trying to stop that because it's basically a waste of energy. So I'll hold a grudge and then you'll know that I don't really care for
I
you.
enjoy the dark.
No, because I would think evil things.
Remember that one person that I said that thing? Did I tell you?
What did you say? I can't remember. You've done a lot of dirty shit.
Shut up.
You said something dead chicken?
Yeah.
You told us before.
You said it on air.
You said
You
it
said it
on
on
air.
off air.
Jesus.
Yes, that you sent someone a dead
Yeah.
chicken.
Like episode 4 or something.
Yeah,
And
no, I
you-
didn't.
You sent someone dead flowers or something.
Oh, I mean, if you want to say
No,
dead
like,
flowers, that's
insects,
better. That's
insects,
actually.
Or was it insects?
It was
Yeah,
insects.
insects. Yeah,
It was- But the thing is, what really worried me about that was that I actually spent time thinking about it, and I do not like insects. I don't like anything with like really more than 2 legs. So I really spent time picking up all these things, and it was just. Then I thought back, and I was like, it was funny at the point, and I was just like, that was really messed up.
No, but the satisfaction. Of
It
just-
was. I mean, I
of
was
just
there.
stinging the person.
And the crazy thing is, till today, they don't know that it was me. Well, they do now, actually.
Well, you know, if you got a dead chicken once, well,
I mean,
you
it was
know.
years ago. Forget about it. Forget about it. We were in school.
Headless chicken.
So, but you know what?
She's July.
In my
gang.
offense, it was over 10 years ago, and I'm a different person.
But she's smiling so much. OffAir gang, do not revenge. Do not revenge. It's not the way of the Lord. You know, and
Sometimes being the bigger person
sucks.
is overrated. Get them back. I watched this clip where Dwayne Wade was saying how difficult it was for him to tell Gabrielle Union, his partner of many years, they were not married, but they were together for a long time, that when they went on a break, he had a break baby.
First of all,
a baby basically, a baby conceived, a baby conceived during the break,
But first of all, some people had looked into that, and apparently, when both of them had claimed that they were on a break, they weren't on a break. So it was almost like a cover story.
So
but,
it was,
that's
so it was
another
like
thing.
a side chick.
I think so, but see, that for me is
Baby.
yeah, he had a whole like break baby.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, you know what?
This
Now
was before
that
they got married. No, when they
Before
got
they
back
got
there,
married,
they now got married, but the break baby was not there.
At the wedding.
There's a baby.
why is the break baby gonna be there? See, I feel like now that I'm married, people put up with different things. People can forgive different things, but the whole like having a baby, that's just some next level that is just so difficult. I feel like it's one thing to step out on your partner. It's another thing to step out on your partner and for there to be, evidence that will never go away.
Apart from that, just a reminder of the whole thing.
Yeah.
And then the
just-
fact that this person has to now communicate with this break baby's mommy or whatever, or daddy or whatever, and it's just I couldn't do it.
First of all, the guy is dumb as fuck for doing that. But I just cannot, people kind of say, well, yes, but, he made a commitment to her. He has exchange vows with her and, the woman is not, no. Like, I feel like a lot of the times, this woman knows that this person is with somebody else. Mm-hmm. And you literally, decided to have like an affair or whatever with this person and then you got pregnant. So for me, I don't think you're blameless. And then now what ends up happening is you end up having a child that the father probably didn't want. And then it now becomes spend time with your child. Yes, look, I'm not excusing what he did. What he did was foul. What he did was disgusting. Mm-hmm. And yes, he does have he did have a vow with, the person that he's with, or, he basically knew that they were like in a monogamous relationship. So what he did was foul, but then you as the other woman, you're not blameless. See, there's so many different elements. There's the fact that, the baby's a constant reminder. That's number one. And there's the fact that she is in the public eye. And I feel like when you have a partner that's in the public eye, you need to be very careful. Like he put her in a position where
to be mocked.
To be mocked. Like all of her, when the news came out, all of her achievements, a lot of people disregarded that, and they were just like, oh my gosh, your man stepped out and you had a baby. So I feel that there's so many levels of disrespect. There's a
Which
disrespect
brings us back to 2 weeks ago, the conversation we had 2 weeks ago. Ebube, don't disgrace me. That's someone's vows. Like, that's all. Don't disgrace me. Do not disgrace your partner.
Don't disgrace your partner.
Mm-mm.
Don't have them. It's one thing if you're having issues at home, but the person can go to work and then, they can still act like everything is okay. But it's another thing if they're now publicly embarrassed because of some stupid shit that you did.
That you did.
Don't do that.
That's a mess.
Don't do that.
Just to say, sorry.
What else are we talking about?
No, he's about to. Go on. Let's see what you got to say, Aston guy.
Don't disgrace me, but there's still 1 in 3 men in Nigeria are not the real fathers of their children. So females.
Do you believe
But
that?
you know what?
She
She cared enough to hide it.
And that's okay.
I'm joking. No, this goes both ways. This goes both ways. It goes both ways.
Don't disgrace them.
Unfortunately,
What did you say? Ebube and Eniola, don't disgrace your partners.
Unfortunately,
Don't do
no,
it.
seriously, unfortunately, wait now, listen. Unfortunately, it's your species that disgraces their partner the most. Unfortunately, statistically, at the end of the day, okay?
I have friends that I've known for, since we were like teenagers. And one of the things I love most about our like group and our friendship is the fact that when somebody's fucking up, we might have like a meeting beforehand. We'll have like an intervention, like, what are you doing? So when one of us wasn't like, so we started working when we were quite early, when we were quite young rather. And one of us, she just didn't really get a job. And, we were 18, 19, she didn't have a job. And we're just like, what's going on?
What are you doing with your life?
One Saturday, we're like, okay, you know what? We're going to come with you. We're going to go to all the different like retail shops and ask and like basically try and get you a job. So I feel like if you really care about your friends,
Absolutely.
if you actually really genuinely love and care about them, look at this one, Satan. Why are you shaking your head?
Because you don't. Why?
Then that means that
Your
person
friend is not a child.
Then that means that. But that means that.
That's not your friend.
No. But that.
But wait a second. If this your friend had like, let's say they had like an alcohol problem, you wouldn't intervene because they're an adult.
That's different.
How is it different?
So I've had a friend that had a coke problem, and I had to intervene.
Are you sure it wasn't you?
Come on. I've had a friend that had a cocaine problem, and I had to intervene. And
But your
that's
friend is doing like he's treating his partner badly, and you don't feel like you need to intervene.
The only time I would intervene is if you were beating your partner.
But if he was cheating up and down,
that's emotional abuse.
Yeah, but if he was cheating up and down, like lots of girlfriends having lots of unprotected sex, you wouldn't get involved.
The most I can say to him is, guy, calm down. Like, but I would never.
But for you to get to that point,
for me
to be
to
a
get to
lot.
that point where like, it's your marriage.
But I also feel that haven't you been maybe going down the wrong path and a conversation from a trusted friend pulls you back like
that's it's still different.
Accent guy, do you really care about your friends?
I do care about my friends.
I don't they're friends of accent guy. He doesn't care.
He don't care about you. He don't care about you.
If he hasn't told you about your bad habits, it's because he doesn't care about you. He thinks you're an adult that should know better.
You should know better though.
You should know better, but unfortunately, at the end of the day, you are also a human being and you can get things wrong. You can forget where you're coming from. You can forget what you're supposed to be doing.
I feel like a lot of let me be honest, I feel like a lot of guys really they don't jack up their friends
because they have surface friendships. All they know is to go and Voltron a bottle of alcohol at one table on Friday. That's all they do and chase chicks. Half the time they don't
is
even know.
Is that true?
They
You
don't
guys
even
just
know
have
the
surface
surnames
friendships?
of the guys that they hang out with.
That's true.
You see, so
That's
they have a
true.
lot of surface friendships, and when they now say that women are always fighting, we're always fighting because we love our friends dearly and because that we hold them to high standards. Guys don't really care. You have surface rubbish friendships that they're not really friendships. They're more of your acquaintances.
Yeah, like you even hear about guys that have been like violent towards their partners and stuff, and their friends are still
don't say
like
anything.
Yeah, they don't really say anything.
That one is ridiculous.
They're not really
That one is-
So I
can't
feel
be
like
your
they're
friend if you're
different. I
violent
feel
to
like
a
they're
woman.
different
I can't
levels.
If you as my friend, you are violent to a woman.
But I feel like there are different levels of abuse. Like if you know that your friend is being emotionally abusive to their partner, you won't get involved.
How do you get?
See,
cheating is emotional abuse.
Maybe
You'd hear when he's on the
and
phone with
it
her.
happens in front of you.
Worse.
You'd hear when he's on the phone with her. You'd hear now when the
Okay,
things.
See,
he
that's
says.
why. Wait. Let me. That's why
Episode, good luck,
when they poison your friend, they will now poison you too because you're. Okay, let me switch this now. You're at your friend's place and his wife is being like mad rude. Like she's being, sarcastic. She's basically like, basically just digging at him and just really, and it's making you guys uncomfortable. Do you address it later on or you don't?
No. I don't put my.
You don't care about your friends,
I don't,
dude.
what am I putting? Why am I putting my mouth in it?
You are a
Maybe
very
that's-
odd creature.
Maybe that's how you people banter in your house. Maybe I don't care. Like,
But would you guys, if you were with your friend and his partner was being like very like pretty much abusive and everything, not physically but
Emotionally.
yeah, verbally and
Like,
whatever,
I will.
would you actually say to him later on like, guy, why was she?
Why were you talking to
why
her
was
like
she?
that?
Yeah, I will.
Why was she? Or why was she? Why are you talking to her? Or why was she talking to you like
to
that?
Me, to me, it's the extremity. Physical violence, cheating, I will come in. When I talk to, how you guys talk to yourself, that's your business. I will not step in on that one.
Okay.
But if I'm in the room and you raise your hand against a woman, I don't care if it's your girlfriend, or I will beat you back.
Okay, I have a question. So you guys are hanging out, right? And your guy who's married or whatever, and then his wife is calling him. He doesn't answer the first time. The second time she's calling him and he's like, oh, this bitch. Yes. When he finishes the phone call, would you be like, how far? Okay.
He won't say anything.
No, so the only thing you do there is you ask him, what's going on in your house? Yeah, what happened?
So if your guy friend was like moving recklessly with the cheating and everything, would you step in? But you wouldn't step
I
in.
wouldn't step in. It's genuinely
step
none of
in,
my
though.
business.
It's true. I understand at this point. But
Okay, so if she asks, she calls
No,
looking
this
for
is
him
like
at
your
4
good
a.m. in the
friend.
morning.
Your good friend.
Your
guys.
good
Wait.
friend.
She calls looking for him, calls your phone, looking for him at 4 a.m. in the morning.
I
What would you
I wouldn't
say?
cover for him either.
Will you pick the phone?
I'll pick up the phone.
It's not with me, oh.
Because, do you know why I'll pick up the phone? Because
Even after, what if he says that this is a bit cover for me? Will you? What will
I
you
wouldn't
say?
pick up
Guy
the phone.
code.
What am I picking up the phone for?
Guy code.
I won't pick up the phone if it's specifically.
If you call me at 1 and tell me if my wife calls you, tell her I'm with you, and then your wife calls me at 2 o'clock, I'm not picking up the phone. I'm not doing it.
That's
not
what
picking up the
you're
phone.
coded on that one. But I'll say my God, nigga, don't put me that situation.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't believe you guys, man.
Why-
Every
it's
like
very
even
free.
guys that you're not like very very close to. I feel like if their wives were like, oh, I've been looking for him, and oh yeah, I just saw him like 5 minutes. Oh, he
Don't
just
say
left.
sleep on my
If
couch.
I'm not cold, if I'm not close to you,
You see-
I'll
you
point
see the
where he
thing
is.
Bobby did for his 40th birthday.
If I'm not close to you, he's there. He's in that cloak. I catch him. I don't have a lot of milk.
If Aziz's wife calls and says, I'm looking for Aziz, oh, please, I'm missing
First of all, my wife would never know Dayo as a person.
Oh
He
wow!
knows.
Oh wow!
Dayo is no, never. This one useless.
So what
Not
makes
me,
you
I'm
a good
bad
friend? What makes you a
Nice.
good
The
friend?
fact that you can call me when
Called,
you need me.
in case you
the
missed it,
fact
he
that-
called you a
The
narcissist.
fact that I am a reliable person to you. The fact that, do you know the only time I get involved? If you come to me and you ask me for advice. And like Dayo said, the extremities, you touch a woman, we're going to have a problem.
I have a question,
But you're cheating
though.
on your wife. It's none of my business.
I have a question
Wow.
though. What
Wow.
if your friend now gets into like major trouble and you're like, dude, how did you even get here? And he's like, but you never pulled me aside to
You are
say
mad.
anything.
Are you a child?
First of all, no guy
I
will say
never
that.
pulled you aside. Are you, how old
no,
are
no,
you?
calm down. No guy will say that. Like,
guy
I'm
will
in
say
trouble. Oh, you didn't tell me. Fuck off.
I never pulled you
I have so
aside.
much ego.
But you know what? I feel like then you need to think about your friendships, because for me, if this is somebody that's my genuine friend,
Male
if
or
I
female?
see that maybe you're lost in some kind of situation and you don't seem to realize what's going on, I feel like it's my job as your friend, as somebody that cares about you, somebody that loves you, to kind of be like, hey, what's going on? Like, I mean, it's none of my business, but I just saw this and I really care about you. So it's not a case of like I'm just coming down and scolding you like, why did you do this? But look, if you're going through something, you need somebody to talk to, or you need to figure this out. This is how this is looking. I really need to understand the dynamics of guys' friendship, how you can say that you really care about your friend's wife. And some of them would even go as far as, oh, she's like my sister or whatever. And you see some shit going down, or you see that he's moving reckless, and you don't like say to him, you don't have to sit him down and scold him like he's a child. You just have to be like, you know what, guy, if I was moving like this, I'd expect you to kind of just, tell me.
Okay, if this woman was your close friend, you have close female friends, there's nothing between you guys are just actual friends, you love them like a sister. So you find out that she's cheating on her man or her husband, what would you say anything to her?
That's a difficult one.
Or in a situation whereby your close guy friend gets with your close girlfriend, but you're closer to the babe, and then
And the baby's married.
yes, and then they get married, and then your close guy friend is cheating on your close girlfriend. What would you do? Will you tell your close girlfriend?
You sit them down.
I'll bring them together in the bedroom.
I decline to answer based on my
Oh, the Shut your mouth.
We're all close.
You have no Fifth Amendment rights because you're not American.
That's what I think to remember.
You're not American,
Actually,
sorry.
it's a very difficult shit.
It's difficult.
Anyways, on that note, bad friends, we can say goodbye. Thank you so much for watching. Please feel free to leave your comments below the video, and let us know what you think about this whole, should you hold your friend to certain standards, or like accent
Do you
guy,
mind your
it's none of your business.
business?
I won't get involved. I'm not getting involved in it.
So, and this is every week. Every week.
So if you agree with him, let us know. If you disagree with him, let us know.
Also,
And
what do you think about taking breaks when you're in a relationship? And is it just relationships? What about people who are married and say they want to take a break? What do you think about that?
So married will take breaks.
I'm just curious.
I think sometimes, you know what? I feel like, when you're married, I think that's different. But I feel like every relationship can do with a breather at some point. Even friendships.
So how
Even
long will a break
friendships.
be?
But the thing is, if you're going to, I think what really needs to happen is, if you're going on a break, you actually need to agree on the terms of that break.
It's BS. Don't go on any break.
I feel like breaks are good. Sometimes you just need to reset. Sometimes you just need some time away from that
Sometimes you just
person.
need to find new genitals. Sometimes you just need to find new genitals.
It's not always about finding genitals.
Different
No,
genitals.
it's not always about that. Don't mind Gbemi. Don't mind Gbemi. That's not always the case. But I know people that it's worked for. I know people that they've, basically like gone on a break, and they've actually realized where they've, messed up and what they need to work on. And they've come back and they've had like clear vision or like new direction when it comes to relationship, and it's worked.
Okay.
Yeah. So, I think breaks can be good, but you need to understand the terms and conditions of that break. Don't be like Ross and Rachel.
For God's sake. So what, you're going to have like a break contract?
Just talk about
Thou
it like,
shalt not touch anybody's nipples.
you know what? Gbemi
That-
can't go on a break because Gbemi will be the one looking for new genitals. That's why she can't go on a break. That's why she can't do breaks.
I just think that you should not just do on the break.
Gbemi's like, yeah, I ain't with that nigga no more. You can come through.
God forbid. Now, but I just honestly think that breaks are BS. That's all. Because that's how you end up with a break baby. Or as Wendy Williams would call it, the oops baby.
I mean, if you end up with a break baby or oops baby, you're dumb as hell. Seriously. No, but yeah. On that note, peace out, guys. Bye. Did we offend anyone?
Oh, well.
If we offended you, good. You're dumb as hell.
Damn.